Hey, this is John King here with ESFI, and we're here with Infinity Seven's Sky Insur shoe. Sky, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Alright, my name's Sky, and I play Protoss for Team 57. I'm 17 years old, and I live in Irvine, California.
How long have you been playing StarCraft 2 competitively?
Competitively, I would say a little less than a year. It's when I decided to start taking it seriously. Yeah.
Okay. Today, you've had a pretty good run at the USA WCS national qualifiers. For a pretty unknown player, what does a placing like that mean to you?
Well, before this tournament, I was relatively unknown. Like, a few people knew who I was, but after my run in this tournament, I've noticed more people coming up to me, talking to me, and just noticing me in general. And I think it's a really great feeling.
Is there anything that you particularly like about your newfound fame, so to speak?
Well, I kind of told myself that if I wasn't able to do well at a tournament, that then I would sort of just stop playing when I got to college. And I'm really glad that I was able to sort of make a splash at WCS, because now I'm motivated again to kind of pursue this career.
Is there an endpoint that you see in your career, or are you just going to or do you feel like you're on your way to a successful career right now?
Yeah, I think in the past few months I've been on a steady increase, so I think that there's no stop in the near future.
I guess also in the MLG tournament today, you got eliminated, I guess, comparatively early. How do you feel about your results overall this weekend?
Well, MLG wasn't my best tournament, but I was more focused on WCS instead of MLG, but I still wanted to make it a little bit farther than I did, because this is kind of where I got knocked out last, or at Columbus, and so I was hoping I would do a little bit better, but now I have more time to focus and prepare for my match in WCS.
As an American player, what would you say, as sort of an unknown American player, or up and coming at least, what would you say how would you describe the importance of the WCS national qualifier?
Well, to me it's really important because it's sort of kind of my breakout tournament, and since I qualified for the national finals, I'm really hopeful that I can be one of the finalists at the actual finals and be able to represent the U.S.
Are there any other players from the American scene that are playing here at the WCS that really stand out? Are there any other players that you think people should really be aware of right now?
Well, I would say the top three right now, players, are all pretty unknown. I think Mystic is a player that's gone under everyone's radar for a really long time now, and he's a really, really solid Zerg, but he doesn't get the attention he deserves, and so I think he would be the one player that I would say deserves more recognition.
And would you have any advice for people who are trying to break out themselves? What should they try to do to get their name out there?
Well, winning tournaments would be nice, but it's also how you advertise yourself. You can stream a lot. That's how some players here have a pretty solid following, is that they stream consistently, and I think it's a great way to get more followers.
Okay, you're also a part of, like you mentioned, of the up and coming or Infinity 7. How do you first get picked up by them?
Well, it was a couple months ago where my old team was sort of dying, and I was just looking for a new team that I could hopefully allow myself to progress further. And one of the managers, Detox, actually approached me first, and he talked about trying me out. And yeah, after that they decided that they would want to pick me up, and I'm really happy that they did.
What's it been like playing on a team like IS? Obviously, you guys don't have a team house like some of the other teams do. So what is your plan to try to compete with those guys, even though you're kind of spread out a little bit more?
Well, I don't think team houses are that important. Yeah, they're good, and they will help you improve more quickly. But since you can play StarCraft 2 online, it's not that hard to still play with all your teammates. It's mainly the schedule that is the hardest part to overcome.
And I guess you're right now you're awaiting your losers final match in the WCS up against Daisuke, and then the winner of that's going to move on to play Vibe. How are you feeling about those matches?
All I've played in this tournament are PvZ and PvP, mainly like Zergs only though, and I would say PvZ is my worst matchup, but I guess after today or this weekend I can't really say that. But I really think I have a good chance of winning it.
And if you were to take it all or win it all, what would that mean to you?
I think it'll be something that I'll remember for the rest of my life because it'll be my first major tournament win, and like to do it here, just I don't know how to like describe it, but yeah, it's unforgettable.
Are you dealing? Do you feel any pressure at all going into your matches? Are you putting any additional pressure on yourself at all?
I actually didn't feel very nervous or anything at all until I hit the main stage, and then it just all hit me. And I think I don't perform that well when there's a lot of people watching me, but I guess I'll have to overcome that.
And what was it like playing on the main stage?
Well, like before, I was just out in the crowd, like idolizing the players on the main stage, and now I'm one of them, so it feels really awesome.
Okay. And one of the major things out here today at MLG is the first preview of the Heart of the Swarm beta. Have you had a chance to play it at all?
Not really, because I've been so busy, especially yesterday, I was like non-stop playing, and so I didn't get a chance to play Heart of the Swarm, but it looks really fun.
Are there any changes you're hoping that they address balance-wise in the next expansion?
I don't want to start a balance discussion because I know I'm going to get flamed for it, but I do hope they keep the carrier though. Like that's the one unit that, even though it's not that good, I still think it's the unit design is really interesting.
Thank you for sitting down with us. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Okay, first shout out to my team at 57, and thank you to all our sponsors: Steel Series, DeviantArt, Science Work, GG Well Played Apparel, and one shout out to SC Fade, who's helped me like progress as a player.
Thank you very much.